the ancient Chinese parable or something like that, where I think about this like once a week probably, where this farmer lives in a small town and he has a horse and it makes him a bunch of money or something. I don't know exactly what happens. And the horse gets away and the whole town is like, oh my God, that's so terrible. And like, that's so awful. Your horse that made you money is gone. And he's like, is it good or is it bad? Who's to say? And then the horse comes back and brings a bunch of horses with it that he found in the wild. And everyone's like, oh my God, so great. And he's like, good or bad, who's to say? And then the son is like riding one of the Mustangs that came in and broke his arm. And everyone's like, oh my God, that's so terrible, right? And he's like, good, bad, who's to say? And then the army comes to like draft people and the son doesn't get drafted because his arm's broken. And it's just like, it keeps going, basically saying that you have no idea when something seems bad in the moment, what it's going to protect you from, what it's going to lead you to. Like, you have no idea. So I don't even think you should label things as good or bad. You should just be existing.
I completely agree with that. And I think also labeling things as good or bad also creates like an identity within your mind, right? Like, we limit ourselves by our language.
So limiting.
Language is so limiting. I really genuinely think that humans were designed to communicate telepathically.
Yeah,
and that we have lost that.
I agree.
With language building. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why a lot of like old ancient, hieroglyphics and stuff exist, because they're just painting what they see, and that's how they communicate, is like more visually. Mm-hmm. And
I think it's more frequency, because I've definitely been able to like tap into that. And
that's like on the last podcast. Watch our last podcast for
more info. But yeah, I've definitely been able to, I don't want to say like read minds or something like that, but I've been able to have some telepathy in multiple situations, not just one time. Like in multiple situations in my life where I'll think of something and someone will say something that's right next to me. And I think it's like a frequency that there's no way that person would be thinking of the exact same thing at the same time. Coincidences, again, don't believe in that.
Well, it's like when you're thinking about someone and they call you, and that happens all the time.
All the time.
Or you're thinking about calling someone or texting someone one day and then they text you that day,
and you haven't talked to them in like 2 months.
That
and
literally
then they
just happened to me the other day.
Yeah.
With one of my really good friends in LA. I was thinking about her. I was like, oh, I miss her. And I forgot to text her. I meant to text her and tell her, I miss you, and like, how are you, and whatever. Yeah. The next day she texts me, how are you? And I'm like, I meant to text you yesterday. Yeah. Like, that's crazy. But I was going to mention also, there's this podcast right now, and I personally haven't listened to much of it, but I've heard a lot of other podcasters that I listen to talk about it. It's called the Telepathy Tapes.
Oh my God, I've seen it. Yes.
Okay.
I was literally going to bring that up. That's exactly what I was thinking about in this conversation.
Because isn't it like autistic people?
It's nonverbal autistic people that are, there's all these studies of specifically nonverbal autistic kids where they'll type out what they're talking about on a computer or something like that, and they can, it's usually with certain people, not just everybody, but they can read minds like to a T with 100% like accuracy.
Mom, right?
Yeah, with their mom, their teacher, their brother, like someone that they're close to, and they can read their mind with 100% accuracy. They'll stick them in a different room and like make sure there's no way of communicating. And in any science, if there's like over 60% accuracy in something, they're like, oh my God, we've made a discovery. But there's like 100% accuracy in this study. And I mean, my mind was blown. So yeah, the telepathy tapes, listen to that, because that blew my mind. I'll listen to it when I'm like on the treadmill or something like that. And it's just,
yeah, that's insane. That's insane.
Yeah.
And also I just saw something, I forget what it was, some new discovery with autism where there's a part of the brain that is activated when they get like really overstimulated. Like, how that's like a very correlating
like
sign.
Yeah.
Just with autism in general, that they get like highly overstimulated.
Yeah.
And whatever is causing that overstimulation, they found the part in the brain that's like actually linked to it now. So I'm wondering like where that study will go and like what that really entails, because that could be the area that, you know what I mean? Like maybe they're overstimulated because they're getting more senses in than we are.
Yeah.
So like
I think 100%.
Yeah.
I think totally they are.
Yeah. I mean, didn't we talk about it last time how there's like 50 some senses and we kind of only talk about 5?
Yeah. Or like the fact that we only use a certain percentage of our brain, and it's like this big compared to like how big the brain is.
But I
And
think that's
so
because
I think we're lost on a
like
lot of things.
yeah, I think that's because the way that we've kind of studied the physical body and stuff, we're not studying the energy, the energy exchange and the energy, the different frequencies that we can take in and that we can understand. I mean, even like being able to tell if it's hot or cold in a room.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
not
I think
one of
people
our five
are. I think
senses.
those studies just aren't funded properly.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
I think that a lot of people are trying to put science into that, like do that, and they're just not being taken seriously. And it's, you know, like the telepathy tapes, when you, if you watch it, it says in there a lot that people would not take their studies seriously, even though they're showing all this proof and doing all this stuff that scientists wouldn't take it seriously.
It's so strange to me. I just don't understand why science is so like, if it's not a physical thing that I can see and I can measure, then it can't be
Yeah,
real.
to me, that's not science. Like, we come from stardust. Like, explain that. I'm sorry. Like, yeah.
I agree with
It makes
you.
no sense.
But like, yeah, it is. It just doesn't make sense. I really don't understand why we are so against in this modern day.